All right, we're back to our questions in our Tiger in 10B story. When Elsa hears scratching sounds coming from apartment 10B, what does she think is making the noise? Does she think it was something small, something scary, or a dog? Well, let's look back. Back on the 10th floor, as she crept by 10B, she suddenly heard scratching sounds from the other side of the door, like claws tearing at the metal very top. They go running back. Mom's like, what is going on now? She says there is definitely something scary in 10B. When Mom says that Mr. Bledsoe has invited them to dinner, I get why Terry says Mr. Bledsoe's place isn't safe. But what does the author mean by the question, would this be their last meal? What are the children afraid will happen? They're afraid that the dog in the picture will eat them. At that point, when they were afraid it was going to be their last meal, they hadn't even seen the dog. They were so fearful of what was going to happen, they thought they were going to go in there, right? And that a tiger could be in there and was going to attack them. They're afraid that the animal in 10B will eat all their food. They're worried they're not going to have enough to eat. They're going to be hungry later. Or they're afraid that a wild beast will eat them. Yes, they think that that possible tiger in there or wild animal could eat them. Yes, they said they're worried that this will be their last meal because they're not going to be around to eat anymore. That the tiger is going to eat them instead. Oh, he noticed a detail that's going to help us to answer our big question. So we know that Mr. Bledsoe really does have a dog. It is a large dog, right? It's an enormous dog. It helps us to understand some of the clues in the story. But which clue can't be explained by the dog? Hearing scratching sounds at the top of the door. Well, a dog could do that, right? They could scratch. And this dog's so tall, it could be standing up. Also, that Mr. Bledsoe brought bags of dog food there. Well, that's explained by this large dog, right? Dogs eat a lot, especially a dog of this size. Or they heard a roaring sound like a tiger. Last time I checked, dogs don't roar. So that can't be explained by there being a dog in there. There has to be another explanation for that. It's still kind of strange that we didn't hear barking, right? You would think that Terry and Elsa would hear barking, not roaring. So we still need to figure out why we're hearing roaring. Ah, screamed Terry, running to hide behind his mother. Oh, don't be scared, said Mr. Bledsoe. This is Horatio, my Great Dane, who can't bark because of an old injury. That explains why he can't bark. But he sure can jump, can't you, Horatio? Horatio is very, very friendly, and he wouldn't hurt a flea. Horatio was huge, and when he stood on his hind legs, he was taller than Mr. Bledsoe. What about the roaring we heard? Asked Terry. Oh, that, Mr. Bledsoe said, grinning, and then he led everyone to his office, where he had all sorts of computer equipment set up. Thomas is a documentary filmmaker, explained Mom. That's right, I've been shooting a piece about tigers, trying to build people's awareness of how endangered these magnificent beasts are. If we don't try to save them, all the tigers in the wild may soon disappear. Sad. Mr. Bledsoe sat at his computer, clicked an icon, and soon they were all watching Bengal tigers in the wilds of India. Roar! The sound from the movie was amplified through giant speakers. It is sad, said Elsa, embarrassed. Almost as sad as my imagination getting the best of me. And they spent the rest of the evening getting to know their nice new neighbor and the very friendly Horatio. All right, the mystery is solved. Horatio the dog and the tiger documentary. So they heard loud growling coming from apartment 10B, thought there was going to be a tiger. So we're going to select the text of where the growling is actually coming from. Is it coming from an icon, the movie, Elsa, her imagination, the neighbor, or Horatio? Well, we know that it's coming from the movie, the documentary movie about tigers. Yeah, it's coming from the movie that he's working on. See if she has another question. Yep, she said it was part of a movie, like we figured out, the documentary he was making. Why is he making this documentary? What is the purpose for his documentary? For viewers to learn that tigers are endangered and people will save them. So people will learn that they're beasts and they'll be aware of them, or that they'll learn that tigers are magnificent and will watch them. Well, let's look back at this paragraph here. He says, I'm shooting a piece about tigers, trying to build people's awareness of how endangered these magnificent beasts are. And if we don't try to save them, they may soon disappear. So here I see they mentioned them being endangered and trying to save them. So Horatio the dog made the scratching. The growling was a noise from the documentary. And that's how this mystery story ends. How do you feel about the ending of the story? On here, you would pick how you feel. I feel surprised. I feel pleased. I'm glad there wasn't an actual tiger in there. I feel disappointed. I was really hoping there would be a tiger in there. You choose your answer here, and then you'll type in your response and click send. And then we move on to mystery number 2, the mountain lion mystery. I'll be back with another video to do that one with you. All right, I'll see you guys in just